Hey guys, Gray back again, and this time I actually am doing a video on the anti-Green Lanterns. I am so sorry, Martin. I'm so sorry anyone that created Green Lantern, because these guys I still feel are pretty powerful. They actually are the Cordians, and you probably remember from my Sinestro video that Cord is where Sinestro got his Yellow Lantern ring. Basically, these guys are the guys that made that weapon, and they also made their own battery, ironically, later on, because Sinestro couldn't do it at all, which is actually kind of sad. They wanted Hal Jordan's ring originally to reverse engineer it, but did not succeed because Hal was deep undercover, even though he was pretending that he wasn't working for the Guardians anymore. It was a very confusing story. He literally called himself the Renegade Lantern in this series, when we all know that literally the Renegade Lantern is Sinestro. But in all truth, the anti-Green Lanterns have their own symbol, but no one way to actually describe it. It's kind of like a dolphin's tail and triangle going into a circle. But yeah. Alright, let's go over the weakness of the, Cordians, as they call themselves. Weaknesses. The ring does kill them after 24 hours, and they can't recharge the ring. If they do, they die. So it's a one recharge go. Ironically, their power comes from will too, but they willed themselves to do it. So it's forced will. Very different. If they do recharge it, it literally makes their brains explode. Actually kind of horrifying. I literally made an actual battery for it. It's here. Pretty bright, actually, if I turn all the lights out. But, I digress. I based it off the one in the comic as much as I could. Even put a blue light into it, like it is. Also because the rings literally are glow-in-the-dark paint that I use on it. So, a little incentive thing if it gets close enough and it's dark enough. Actually made the rings too, because no one sells them. I actually made a resin mold out of the White Lantern rings that I normally can buy, and then I just made a mold over these of what I already was, and then sanded it down as much as I could to, represent. There's no tags, no labels, no nothing. I'll probably make a video on how to make one eventually, as well as some of the other stuff I've done. Alright, so people can, not have to buy it if they don't want to buy it. But yeah, these are pretty simple, and if I turn out all the lights, this whole thing literally lights up blue on the inside and on these cylinders. It's actually pretty cool. Yeah, the only downside of this, I can't sand it without it falling off. So, if someone has a way to fix that, I would love to hear, but probably won't. Even put the symbol on top of it like it should have. Yeah. And, well, that's it. But there is a few powers that they do have. For one, they have all the Green Lantern's normal abilities, except the weakness to yellow. No weakness on that one, except the ones I already said. They can absorb Green Lantern energy to resupply their rings. That's pretty good. Instead of recharging the ring, they do it that way, they don't die. So if one of them got their hands on a Green Lantern, get them saying the oath every day, they could live pretty long and can turn positive matter into negative matter. So basically turns evil to good and good to evil. They actually did that to Hal, turned him evil for a while. Actually, was pretty kind of amazing how they could do that. And that is a good power to have, actually. But it's not just like mentally, it's also physically. So dark matter could become light matter. Honestly, though, most people want dark matter over light matter, though. Yeah. It does more in comic books, at least. But yeah, and well, that's about all there is to these guys. There's not really that much. But Hal Jordan destroyed their battery and kind of killed them all. He, like I said, not a good guy. Even though I love Green Lantern, he does a lot. He is not a good guy. And just look how many people are behind him. He killed a whole planet. I know they were all bad guys, but a whole planet is still a whole planet. Yeah, not good right there. Even if they were bad, he could have found a way to try saving them. But then again, you can't really ask someone to do more than they can do. Trust me, I get that. Alright, well, that's about all I got on them. Literally, they didn't last that long in any issue, so there's not really that much information other than those facts. They might eventually try doing it in the newer comics, try bringing them back, but I have no clue. Yeah, so that's about it. And enjoy. Like, subscribe, and have a lovely day. Goodbye.